Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome on to our Thursday degeneracy. How we doing? Should be qualifying here in a second. Yo. Races rained out for tonight. Is that what you just said? Hold on, let me drop in my... You mean races rained out for tonight?
No, nobody wanted to show up.
No, 7 drivers
Three
out here.
people stick around.
It's always the same people. It happens.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know what happened here tonight, but nobody wanted to race Richmond, I guess.
Oof. It is
Yeah,
a little narrow.
Come
These
on.
cars are a little wider.
I'm gonna give people that showed up tonight bonus points for showing up. And,
Yeah.
I'll talk with Jeff and see if we're gonna rerun it or he just wants to call it a washout.
Okay.
I'll just give you guys bonus points for showing up and sticking around.
No worries. I got a buddy that wants to do a podcast tonight anyway. So,
Well, that works out perfect for you then.
Well, I actually do it after this usually. We do a Thirsty Thursdays podcast where we have a few beers and we just talk about like politics and stuff. On his channel, not mine. And we just started doing it. And he's like, "What time's your race end?" I was like, "I have no idea. It depends on how good they can drive tonight." So I'll let him know that we can go ahead and do it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that sounds sick.
Yeah, I do a Friday nights one where we get hammered. Like Fridays we go full throttle. Fridays there's usually 4 of us. We go full throttle and we talk about like wacky news stories, like Florida man type news. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, what, like bath salts type thing or something like that?
Yeah, like the news, like Florida man tries to fight a bear or tries to wrestle an anaconda or something like that, and we go through the news stories. We read through that and we get just completely in the bag, trashed. And I'm talking like case of beer or a bottle of whiskey down while we're trying to rummage our way through these news stories.
Yeah, fuck yeah, nothing wrong with that.
It's rough. It is rough sometimes, but no, if we're not racing tonight, then I'll be here for next week. No worries.
Sounds like it's gonna be a long podcast tonight. Maybe it'll be a full throttle Friday on a Thursday.
Oh yeah, probably. We'll see. Well, I do actually have work tomorrow. I started my own business this week.
Yeah, what's that?
Roofing, general contract.
Can't tell you yet. It's illegal.
No, roofing, general contracting work, shit like that.
Ah, shit, yeah, hard work. Fuck that.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm the owner and salesman of the place, so it's like I go out and find the work.
Yeah, quote the jobs out, bid them out, get the work.
But I sub them out to everything else. So,
Oh shit, that's pretty nifty.
Yeah, especially the roofing. The roofing is 99% of the time is insurance work because of the storms around here are so often. You can find storm damage on houses pretty much every time you go up on a roof. So
What part of the country are you from?
Georgia.
Oh, all right, yeah. So you got plenty of high wind storms down there.
Yep. Tornadoes, storms, all that good stuff. Really bad hailstorms, thunderstorms. So
Yeah, see, I don't see any of that up here in New Hampshire. Really, we just got snow
Yeah.
on top of snow during the winter.
Oh, I know. I used to live in upstate New York when I was a kid. I know. But snow on top of snow sucks.
Yep. Yeah, I've been out the Plattsburgh area. I don't know if that's where you grew up in
I
that, but
grew up north of Syracuse.
oh, all right. So yeah, not quite all the way upstate, but
Yeah. like around Mexico-ish area. Mexico, New York. It's kind of funny. No one believes me when I say that, but that is a place.
Well, I learned something new tonight.
Yeah, it is a place. It's right off one of the Great Lakes. Anyway, but no, I'm starting my own thing, and it was kind of sudden because somebody forked up the financial side of it on the front end.
I mean, good for you though, because it's pretty hard nowadays to start anything.
Yeah, well, he just kind of approached us and he goes, "Why?" Because I used to do just sales for the company I'm wearing now, and I don't have any ill feeling towards them. He goes, "What?" He's like, "How do you feel working for other people?" I was like, "I don't really have an option. Everybody works for somebody, if you think about it." He goes, "Well, you're making good money." He goes, "What if I give you all the financial on the front end, and then I just want 10% of the profits on the back?" On the back end.
Sounds like something off a Shark Tank, like with Mr. Wonderful or something like that.
I was like 20. he's like, "I'll give you 25,000, and I just want 10% of the profits after my initial investment." I was like,
"Well, that's royalties."
Yeah,
you know, that's
like,
straight up a Shark Tank.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of hard to pass up, really. You know, considering. Yeah. So he's given my buddy, my business partner, giving him a rental house. What we're registering is the business address, letting him stay in the rental house, giving us all this money, and doing the business out of the house. So I'm like, shit, this guy's got giving us the hookup.
Yeah, good for you guys. Hopefully you guys hit it off.
Yeah,
it's just tough in this day and age, especially with what's going on with the economy and everything.
Yeah, it can be a little rough, but no, it's a lot of people are staying home right now. Like, a lot of people are just home, so they happen to notice a lot of home improvement things that they want done. So it kind of does increase your business a little bit in those standpoints, but then you tell them the prices and they freak out because the prices on everything is just stupid high right now.
Yeah, well, material cost. I mean, I go through it with cars, so I'm a mechanic by trade, and I mean, half the time when we can get the parts, they're expensive, and the other half of the time we're telling the people they're on back order for anywhere from 1 week to 10 months.
Yeah, and that's kind of like us. There's one or two roofing items that we have that they're like 6 months out, but that's more like on the commercial side of things. Residential, you can get shingles, but they're just like they're limited on colors.
Well, I was gonna say, it's the question of, is it something that the customer wants color-wise in the end?
That's the thing, is I don't understand it, because we use Owens Corning shingles. They like the oldest shingle company that's been around. They got the highest quality products in this area, and they talk about how, oh, we're coming out with this new color for 2022, this, that, and the other. I was like, well, you can't even get the old colors, so why are you coming out with new colors?
Well, I mean, especially right now too, is that quality still top notch, like you're saying? Because
absolutely.
Because a lot of these name brand companies, like I know firsthand, I have a good friend that runs a business in the masonry business, as far as patios, walkways, retaining walls, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he uses Unilock, and what he's been having an issue with is them pumping out material not to the same quality they were pre-COVID and pre-material shortage and pre all this stuff, you know.
Ours has stayed pretty close to the same, but we still have a rock solid manufacturer's warranty on our stuff. All of our stuff comes with a 50-year non-depreciating warranty on the shingles themselves. Obviously, storm damage, that's not covered under warranty, but like if the shingle falls apart in some way or there's like a flaw in the shingle, it's covered for up to 50 years. And that's why we use their products, is because they have so much faith in it that they, that we stick with that. So
yeah, it's just tough when you do you handle a lot of warranty stuff, or is it just something few and far?
Not really. It's pretty few and far. I've had some labor warranty stuff where like someone will pay extra for an extended labor warranty package, so we'll have to go out there and like reseal some fixtures and stuff like that, because like any like exposed nail heads or like anything on a roof, you're supposed to re-caulk after like between 5 and 8 years because of how bad the sun is down here. So someone will pay for an extended labor warranty, and that gets covered under labor. So we'll have to go back out there and reseal, some of the exposed metals and stuff like that while we're up there. But that's pretty much the extent of it. We've never really had like a total failure on products.
Yeah, I mean that's good. I mean, I see it all the time between car parts, quality. This masonry business that my buddy runs, it's the material quality's gone down too. Like they're not giving the time for the product to cure correctly. So when you're making these crazy cuts in the blocks and stuff like that, when you're doing walkways,
well, I can
and making
see that.
making the shapes,
I can
it's
see
just
that with
it falls
masonry
apart.
because it has to sit for X amount of time, and if you're rushing it, you know, that it wouldn't really work out. So I could see
And that's
that.
exactly what's happening. And I mean, that's happening in a lot of business and different aspects of it. You know what I mean?
Fortunately, ours is fiberglass matting that's got asphalt pressed into it, and it's like there's no real curing process to ours. It's just it comes off a massive assembly line. They used to have an assembly line for each color that they offer, you know. But now it's to the point where they shut down some of the colors and they put their main colors, you know, they put more assembly lines to their main colors.
They're trying to keep up with demand in the popular ones. That's all.
So they're cutting off some of the kind of like designer colors and just going with like the all blacks, the grays, and like the browns, because that's the typical 3 colors that everybody chooses. So
I mean, I'm sure they're suffering from a worker shortage, just like the rest of this country is. So
absolutely, they're talking about they're down to like 60 to 70% efficiency because just due to employee cuts in their plants. So they're having a hard time, which is why they added more. You know, they added more lines. Yeah.
When you say employee cuts, is that employee cuts like as in firing because they can't afford to pay, or people not wanting to work?
That's people getting a free 2 weeks vacation because they can walk up and say, "Hey, I've been exposed to somebody with COVID," and they have to pay them for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that sucks too, especially in a big business like that. There comes a time that they gotta start cutting this off.
Yeah, it gets abused. It gets abused, like, because my dad works at a lumberyard that is a production plant. They cut engineered material to, like, it gets laser measured in a giant computer, and people stack it and label it and ship it out, right?
Well, hell yeah, those engineered beams and stuff are expensive.
Exactly.
That's a big money job.
Yeah, so, like, they'll have engineered I-beams and LVLs and all that other shit coming through this machine, getting, you know, precision cuts. It's designed so you don't have to cut stuff on the job site, so it saves you time. You put it together like a puzzle. But even he says, he goes, the guys are just walking up to their supervisor being like, "Hey man, I got exposed to somebody with COVID while I was on my lunch break, so I got to go for 2 weeks." And it's a 2-week paid vacation, and they'll just keep doing it over and over and over again. Like, once they get tired of overtime, because they work a little bit of overtime, once they get tired of overtime, they'll be like, "Hey, you know, I got exposed," and there's no way to not prove it. Like,
yeah, it's unfortunate.
There's no way to disprove it, so you just kind of be like, "Okay, well, you're going off the word." And essentially,
these companies need to instate some sort of positive COVID test among having X number of symptoms or something like that too. You know,
well, it's become so prevalent that they should be able to do COVID tests in house.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, because I flew. I haven't exactly been the safest person during this. I flew to the UK last year, like during the height of COVID. So I had to get tested before I left, and I had to get tested 3 times after I got there. I had to pay the dumbass amount of money. But one of the tests is it's just a box you get from a pharmacy. There's no reason why employers can't have stacks of them bitches in like an HR office. Say, "Hey, jab this up your nose real quick, and we'll test you right here." And it takes less than 24 hours. It's like 12 hours for the test to come back.
I mean, hell, they have rapid tests out now. That, I mean, granted, the accuracy is maybe not as good as they want it to be, but pretty damn accurate and gives you a result, positive, negative, plain and simple.
I mean, taking a half a day off or sending someone home for the day, and then calling them the next day and say, "Hey, you got to come back to work. Your test is negative," is a lot better than just giving someone free 2 weeks off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then they get the argument of, "Oh, incubation time takes 3 to 5 days," blah 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 blah. You know,
this is true. So I mean, there's always something. So everybody's trying to get something for free. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I worked through this entire thing as a mechanic. I was in and out of people's cars.
Yeah, I had the same.
I didn't wash my hands any more than I did before this whole COVID thing started, and I still have yet to get it. You know,
I worked on forklifts when it first started. Not for very long, and then I moved to the roofing business and started doing sales for another roofing company, and then I moved to this one, and then I got the opportunity to open my own business. So I'm like, you know, I've pretty much COVID actually increased roofing sales because more people were working from home, more people were noticing damages in their house.
Well, I mean, among that too is the housing market going up, home equity line of credits, and people just overall spending money trying to pump the economy the wrong way. I think, in my opinion, but
yeah, that's true, and it wasn't working, and then.
I mean, this bubble's gonna pop. You got to remember that, you know.
Oh, it will, and it's starting to. I mean, you look at the stock market past couple days; everything's dying.
It's getting scary.
It's tanking. It's tanking, and another 6 months, if it keeps going like this, it's gonna be really rough. So, for a lot of people, but
I mean, follow the trend, and I don't know. If it keeps going the wrong way too quickly, it might be civil war on the horizon. On top of that, too, you know what I mean?
Unfortunately, if they
and there'll be a bunch of them starving.
Unfortunately, when people start getting hungry and people start getting, you know, not having money coming in and just being poor in general, it causes conflict and it sparks other stuff. So I mean, that's just the way of nature.
And that's exactly it. People are going to start buying food instead of paying their mortgage, and it's just going to tank everything. Everything's just going to go south.
Yep. So I'll let you guys go run my stuff. I'll be here for you next week whenever you need me. Or actually, no, next week I'm on a company trip. It's my last thing with the company that I'm leaving, so I'll be going for the Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week.
Well, you sir, have a good night and have a safe trip next week.
I think Jeff knows about it though. I told him the other day. So
yeah, next week's road course. So
yeah, all right. We'll see you guys.
Have a good night, bud.
TJ, where is everyone? Everyone decided not to show up. There's only like 6 drivers on the track today, so they decided to postpone it because everybody was doing something. So it is what it is. No one liked Richmond, I guess, but I'm gonna go ahead and go. I got some other stuff I gotta take care of. So I got a date with a drunk guy. So we'll see you guys next time. Sorry that we couldn't stay here longer and just keep talking and chit-chatting, but it is what it is. So we'll see you guys